So, I've recently realized that parenting teenagers is like trying to nail jelly to a wall. It's a slippery, messy endeavor that leaves you questioning your life choices. But hey, who needs sanity when you have teenagers, am I right? In this brave new world of hashtags and TikToks, I'm just a humble parent trying to crack the code. My kids' online language is like hieroglyphics. I tried using teen slang to seem cool. Told my son, "Your outfit is lit, fam." He looked at me like I'd grown a third eye and hasn't spoken to me in 3 days. Note to self, lit does not mean what you think it does. And the trends. They change faster than a chameleon in a paint factory. 1 minute it's the floss dance, the next it's something called whoa. I tried doing the whoa once and almost dislocated my shoulder. Then there's the ice bucket challenge. I thought it was a new way to cool drinks during summer. Boy, was I wrong. My daughter, ever the philanthropist, decided it would be hilarious to help me understand through practical demonstration. I was sitting in the garden, minding my own business when a tsunami of icy betrayal descended upon me. The neighbors still talk about the day I invented a new dance move, the frozen flamingo. And let's not forget about the endless string of viral challenges. The In My Feelings challenge had me jumping out of a moving car to dance. My knees haven't been the same since. So buckle up, folks. This is the roller coaster ride of parenting teens. 1 minute you're the cool parent, the next you're the human icicle in your own yard. But remember, it's all for a good cause, right? At least that's what I tell myself as I'm scraping jelly off the wall. And that's how I found out the hard way when my daughter dumped a bucket of ice water on me for charity. Let's just say, it was a chilling experience, in more ways than one. My daughter asked for V-Bucks for her birthday. I thought it was a new currency. You know, like Bitcoin or something, so I did what any responsible parent would do. I went to the bank to find out more about this V-Bucks. I told the teller, "I need to buy some of this V-Bucks thing. My daughter's birthday is coming up." The teller gave me a look like I'd just landed from Mars. I tried to explain, "It's for my daughter. She says it's a big deal." The teller just blinked at me, probably wondering if the old geezer in front of her was losing his marbles. I persisted. "You know, like Bitcoin, but it's V-Bucks." I could see the gears turning in her head as she tried to decipher my request. She finally said, "Sir, we don't deal with virtual currencies here." I was baffled. Virtual? So it's not real money? Then why does it cost real money? She shrugged. "I don't know, sir, it's a gaming thing." I left the bank feeling like I'd just tried to buy a unicorn horn or a leprechaun's pot of gold. But hey, at least I learned something new. V-Bucks, it turns out, is a virtual currency used in a video game called Fortnite. Who knew? I decided to get my daughter a gift card for her V-Bucks. When I handed it to her, she looked at me like I'd just become the coolest dad ever. Maybe I should try to understand this digital age more, I thought. But then my son walked in, saw the gift card, and said, "Dad, you do know that Fortnite is so last year, right?" And just like that, I was back to square one. So, the moral of the story? Parenting in the digital age is like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. One moment you think you've got it, the next, it slipped right through your fingers. The teller looked at me like I asked for unicorn horns. And who knows, maybe next year, unicorn horns will be the new V-Bucks. Social media is a minefield. I tried to join Snapchat to be in the loop. Now, I've always considered myself a fairly tech-savvy guy. I mean, I can change my Wi-Fi password and I've set up an automated cat feeder, but Snapchat? It's like trying to understand quantum physics, without any knowledge of basic arithmetic. First, there's the interface. It's all symbols and swipes. It's like trying to navigate the Mariana Trench with a flashlight. I finally figured out how to take a picture, but then I turned myself into a dog. A dog, folks. I was sporting these cute floppy ears and a giant tongue lolling out. I looked like a canine version of Miley Cyrus at the VMAs. And the filters, they've got everything from rainbow vomit to face swaps. I tried a face swap with my cat. Let's just say, the result was something out of a horror movie. It's like Snapchat is the Picasso of the digital world, turning faces into abstract art. But the worst was yet to come. I thought I was sending my dog face masterpiece to my son. Instead, I sent it to my boss. Yep, my very stern, very no-nonsense boss. Now that was a Monday morning surprise for him. He always said he wanted more out-of-the-box thinking in the office. I guess a dog face selfie is pretty out there, right? And then there's the stories. Not like bedtime stories, no. These are like mini daily vlogs. My son's stories are full of him pulling faces and random shots of his sneakers. It's like watching the Blair Witch Project, but less cohesive. And the worst part? the snaps disappear. It's like an etch-a-sketch for the digital age. One minute you're laughing at a picture, the next, poof, it's gone. It's the social media equivalent of a magic trick, so there you have it. My adventures in Snapchat land ended up sending a snout selfie to my boss. Promotion talk has been quiet since then, but on the bright side, I'm now the office's go-to guy for all things Snapchat. So, I got that going for me, which is nice. My teen son communicates in emojis. Yes, you heard it right. Emojis, those tiny little digital hieroglyphics that have somehow become a full-fledged language for the youth of today. I mean, who needs words when you can express your whole range of emotions with a single yellow face, right? So one day I received a text from my son. It was just a pizza slice, a dragon, and a question mark. No words, no context, just a culinary triangle, a mythical creature, and the symbol of eternal confusion. I was baffled. Was he trying to tell me he's been kidnapped by a dragon and his only hope was a slice of pizza? Or was it a philosophical question about the existence of dragon-shaped pizzas? Or was it some coded message about the end of the world and pizza was our only salvation? I felt like Indiana Jones in a digital jungle trying to decipher an ancient script. I spent a good 3 hours on it, my brows furrowed, my mind racing. I was on the edge of calling the FBI or maybe the Ghostbusters when it hit me. He was asking if we could have pizza for dinner. That's it. No dragons, no apocalyptic prophecies, just a simple dinner request. I mean, who knew the dragon was just a dramatic flair to a dinner proposition? I felt triumphant, like I had just cracked the Da Vinci Code. I was Robert Langdon in the digital age, unraveling the mysteries of the emoji universe. I was the emoji whisperer, the hieroglyphics hacker, the cryptographer of the cyber age. I responded with a thumbs up emoji, a pizza slice, and a dragon. I thought, why not keep the drama going? But then I got a text back. A snowflake, a monkey, and a clock. And guess what? The decoding marathon started all over again. So, there you have it. Trying to understand your kids in the digital age is like solving a complex cipher. I felt like I cracked the Da Vinci Code. And let me tell you, it's an adventure, one emoji at a time. Then there's the Wi-Fi battle. It's like the Hunger Games in my house. The arena, the living room, the weapons, streaming devices, the tributes, my teenagers, and I'm President Snow apparently. You see, I tried to ration internet time thinking I was promoting a healthy balance. I announced the new rules expecting applause for my brilliant parenting. Instead, I was met with a silence that was louder than a concert. The rebellion was immediate. My son looked at me as if I'd declared water was no longer free. My daughter, she just started laughing. "Good one, Dad," she said, as if I'd just delivered a stand-up routine. Then the mutiny took a turn. The dog, our lovable golden retriever, started giving me side-eye. Yes, even the dog was against me. I mean, who knew he was so into his late-night YouTube rabbit holes? So, my friends, tread lightly when you mess with the Wi-Fi. It's a war zone out there. Even the dog was giving me side-eye. I decided to connect with my teen by talking about music. You know, bust out the old guitar, strum a few chords, maybe even belt out a tune or two. I thought, let's bridge this generational gap with the universal language of music. I started talking about the classics. The Beatles, the Stones, Nirvana. I mean, who doesn't love a bit of Smells Like Teen Spirit, right? Well, my teen apparently. He looked at me, eyes as wide as saucers, and asked, "Are those some new indie bands, Dad?" I nearly choked on my coffee. New indie bands? I felt like a dinosaur that had somehow survived the Ice Age. That's when it hit me. I'm not just from a different generation. Oh no, my friends. I'm from a completely different dimension altogether. A dimension where flannel shirts were cool, and we thought mullets were a good idea. Ah, those were the days. So there you have it, folks. Parenting teens in this digital age is like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube. Now, I'm not talking about the standard 3x3 puzzle. No. This is the mega 7x7 cube, where every turn brings new colors, new challenges, and the constant feeling that you're getting nowhere. I've tried to crack this parenting code, folks. I've tried to be the cool dad, the tech-savvy dad, the dad who can decipher the emoji language, but every time I think I've solved one side of the cube, a new trend pops up and it's back to square one. And you know what's the icing on this parent cake? They change all the colors on you. One day, they're all about Fortnite, and the next, they're into some obscure indie bands that sound like a cat playing a violin. It's like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube, blindfolded, underwater, and with one hand tied behind your back. But here's the kicker, folks. As tricky and frustrating as this Rubik's Cube of parenting can be, it's also the most rewarding puzzle you'll ever attempt. Every groan-worthy dad joke, every botched Snapchat attempt, every misunderstood emoji, They're all part of this crazy, colorful adventure we call parenting. Sure, there are times when you feel like you're about to throw the cube against the wall. But then there are those moments, those rare, precious moments when you see a glimmer of understanding, a shared laugh, a thanks dad that makes it all worth it. So to all the parents out there navigating this multicolored, ever-changing Rubik's Cube of parenting, I say this. Keep turning, keep trying, keep laughing at your own dad jokes, because one day you just might solve it, or at least get one side matching. And when all else fails, pizza, the universal language, trust me, it works every time. No emojis, no V-Bucks, no Snapchat filters required, just good old-fashioned pepperoni and cheese, because at the end of the day, we're all just trying to find our way in this Rubik's Cube world. And pizza, my friends, is the cheat code.